I love when we do these episodes because it means we get to chill and relax and have some girl talk. I know that Take This Personally is very serious. We have important conversations on this podcast, and that is what I wanted it to be. But I also want it to be a space where people can come and let loose and just hang out when they need to. And that is when I bring on Morgan. So,
hello. I'm ready to let so loose right now.
Which is so funny hearing you say that because nothing about you is a loosey-goosey.
I will not be letting that loose, but
if you're looking at the two Morgans, I would be the loosey-goose. She would be the straight and narrow. I don't know what the opposite of loosey-goosey would be.
Yeah, I like to think things through, have an exit strategy, if you will.
Very much so. Worst case scenario girl over here, always too. So
Enneagram 6.
Let's get into this. All right, Morgan, I typically end the podcast with this, but instead I've decided to use it as a theme for this episode and talk about the things that are heavy on our hearts. And they don't have to be negative or scary or sad. They can be happy, exciting.
Can you give me an example?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, what's heavy on my heart right now is all the wedding planning that I've been going through.
Girl, I don't envy you.
It's a full-time job. That's what I've realized.
I believe it. And the thing is you're eloping.
Yeah, but let me tell you something that nobody warned me about. Everybody's like, elope and then come back and have the big party. Lies.
2 separate events.
2 separate
Now you're planning 2 events
plan,
instead of 1.
2 to plan, 2 to pay for. Mm-hmm. And they don't just like cross over. Like you don't get just one thing and then it crosses into the other because they're not the same thing. So you have to have 2 of a lot of things. Nobody told me about that part, you know? It was like you elope, it's cheaper, and you can just come back and have a big party. The party is what's expensive. The ceremony is what's cheap.
Yeah.
Which is what's really ironic because the party, and granted, we're not even doing an insane reception. We're not doing most of the reception things that you would see at a wedding. And it's still stupid expensive. For what reason, I have no idea. I have no idea.
That's coming up. You haven't named a date or anything out loud, have you? Okay. Nope. It's on my calendar.
It's this year. Everybody knows it's this year.
Yeah.
But everything's really spread out, so it's hard for people to figure out when it's happening, which is what's kind of funny. So we're just, it's so, like my entire life is so engulfed in it right now that it makes it really difficult to focus on other things. When I come home, it's like, okay, I'm done with my first job. Time to work on my second job.
Are you sort of wishing right now that you had just hit the courthouse up?
Yes and no. Yes, for the sake of just that I have a lot of decisions to make and it adds more stress. But no, because even though this is more stressful and we are planning 2 things instead of 1, I'm getting exactly what I wanted. I'm doing the way that I exactly wanted it to, where we're getting a really intimate ceremony. And then we do get to come back and just party with all of our people that we love. Mm-hmm. And that's really what I wanted.
It will be special, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. But I get what you mean of how stressful it is. Like, what's a granular decision you've had to make this week that made you want to pull your hair out?
Lately, it's been bachelorette party outfits.
Really?
Yes. You would think the amount of things that I have had sent to this house that I've had to return, I have spent more time in a UPS store and a FedEx store and an Amazon store that they need to start charging me rent at this point.
Oh, man.
I hate making returns, honestly, already. I'm just not a huge fan of it. It's not a fun process. Everybody has different variations. You get charged for random things. It's just not fun. And so
you're probably paying some tariffs right now.
Oh, yeah. There's tariffs on everything. And so it's just like all of it takes so much effort. And even online shopping, I'm going to be so honest with you. This is where I suck at being a girl. I don't like shopping. I really don't. I'm not a fan of it. If I am in the mood, I better shop on that day because that will be the only mood I hit for several months. Mm-hmm. I'm not a fan of having to find outfits for things, specific outfits for things, which is really what I'm having to do now.
It's a job.
Yeah. I get
to
why
coordinate
they're
a whole
stylists.
look. Yeah.
And I don't do that.
So I'm going to have to see some of these outfits so I know. By the way, I hate a group chat. I will ignore the heck out of a group chat. The Bachelorette group chat been going pretty crazy lately. And I love you, so I've been keeping up.
Thankfully, it's all been not crazy talk yet. It's just actually trying to make plans.
Yeah.
Because there's coordinating 16 of us. Imagine having to
There are
coordinate
so
that.
many people going on this trip.
I know. I know my sister was like, Morgan, you couldn't narrow it down. I was like, not exactly. And you should be happy because 2 of them are having babies, so they can't come or we'd be at 18.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I wish Hill and Jill could come, but they cannot.
Baby mamas right now.
Baby
That's important.
mamas. But I'm looking forward to it. I didn't have a vacation plan this summer, so no pressure, but your bachelorette is my summer vacation.
That is actually really bad, and we need to get you out of the office.
I know, I gotta
more
work on that.
If the bachelorette trip is your summer trip,
it is. I feel like all of my travel has just been to see my sister, so I need to work on getting real travel on the books.
You guys just need to start meeting in fun places. I feel like that's the way you get out of that.
You're so right, but with her having 2 small children, that is a layer of complexity. Trust, we've talked about this, and we're gonna actually go to New Orleans, and I think around Labor Day.
Okay, I'm proud of you guys.
So that's gonna be a girls' trip without the boys, and I'm just like, oh, that's so crazy that you're gonna leave them for even just a weekend, because she doesn't do that. So I mean, the moms out there listening know, like, it's hard to separate from the kiddos even for a couple of days. So I'm looking forward to that.
No, for sure. And it's also not an easy task to leave them with husbands. I have seen and witnessed in many occasions. So, but also, it's also hard to travel with 2 young kids in general.
Absolutely.
Finding kid-friendly things, doing kid-friendly stuff. You can't, if you have an animal, you can leave him back at the Airbnb. You can't do that with children.
Megan actually just visited here for like the last 2 weeks with the boys, and she made the drive back by herself with the boys all the way to Texas. And it was a 2-day trip, and she just made it back home and was too cranky to talk on the phone when I was on my way over here.
I'll see you in 3 to 5 business days.
I'm trying to nap. Bye, Morgan. I'm like, I get it.
Okay, you're like, I didn't just help you. I love watching you and Megan together because it's an interesting, if nobody knows you guys, it would look like you guys are a couple caring for your 2 children.
Oh, for sure.
The way that you mother the boys the same way.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Is that a twinning thing, or is that just your guys' relationship?
That's just our relationship. I mean, I was at every single doctor's appointment for Cooper. He's 7 now. And they lived in Texas when she got pregnant with Dawson, her youngest. So I didn't get to go to every appointment for that. But I've been very involved in the boys' lives forever. So I don't know. I don't know how other sisters are with their nieces and nephews, but I'm pretty obsessed with mine. But they are half me. We're identical twins. So technically, like, they could pass as my children, so I treat them as such.
So technically they are.
Yeah. But I guess what's heavy on my heart is that they just left. And so my apartment has been kind of quiet lately, and that makes me a little sad. But like I said, we have a trip to see her planned soon. So
does this make you want to have kids sooner rather than later because of that? Or where are you sitting with that right now?
Well, I'm not wed. I don't know if you know that or not about me.
I'm very well aware, but you have other exciting things I'm definitely going to ask you about. But we're not there yet.
I do want kids. I think I'd be a good mom, and I hope I get the privilege of becoming one day. It's not like I have to be a mom by the time I hit 35. It's not really that. It's like, to me, if I find a person that I believe would make a great father and partner, because it matters so much who you marry and who you rear children with, because it is so much work and it just changes so much about your daily life, that if you don't have a good partner in that, you're going to probably be miserable. So I think it just really, for me, boils down to, the partner, and is that something we're ready for? And, I'm just not there yet. So,
and what's so funny when you say that is that I don't feel that way.
In what sense?
You say you're the privilege of becoming a mom one day, and I don't want that privilege.
and that's very real.
Best way possible. I think I'm 95% confident in
so
that.
You're 95% sure you just don't want kids in general?
Yeah, Brayden and I have been having so many conversations about it, because obviously so many of our friends are having kids, and they are so beautiful and so cute, and we love them. Mm-hmm. But it's just not something that we really see for our future.
It requires a lot of sacrifice. your life is no longer your own. And I'm speaking about that as an aunt who's just been, my sister battled cancer last year. I was there a lot helping. And even just like dipping my toe in that water, it's a significant life change. And I think if some parents were being honest, they would probably say, hey, I love my kids, but I probably, if I had the choice to do over, might not. Like, I think that's real. I think some people shouldn't have kids. You better want them if you're having them.
I think more people need to be having the conversations that we're having. They don't. It's often just feels like they have to have kids, or they're pushed in that direction, or it accidentally happens, or whatnot. And of course, if that were the situation and it happens that way, then yes, I would be a great mom. He'd be a great dad, and we'd figure it out. But if we have a choice in the matter, which we really do, we're adults, we have our own free will. That's just not the path that I see us taking. And it could be a different path way later on if we decide, oh, hey, we really missed out on that. I don't think either of us are against potential adoption or foster if that really becomes something that we desire. But I just don't see it. I don't see it. The way we talk about our lives and the way that I see my friends who really desire to be moms talk about their lives is very different. And I never had that belly ache. I watched a lot of girls, especially in college, where their whole desire was to be a mom. That's what they wanted. That's what they wanted out of life. And I never had that. I never had that just ache to be a mom. I love having Remy and Hazel and getting to be a mother, if you will, in sorts, and take care of something that matters. But I don't feel the maternal desire.
I think that's totally fair. I will say I don't think I had the maternal desire until Cooper came along, my 7-year-old nephew. And when Megan was pregnant with Cooper, I had a lot of baby fever at that point. We were in our mid-20s then, which is kind of crazy to think. But then it passed when he got here.
You're like so excited, and then no, never mind.
But I will say, as I've gotten to know Cooper as he's gotten older, it's just such a special thing to see a little human and their personality develop, and you get to see who they're becoming and like all the different phases of their life. And I love my nephew so much, would step in front of a bullet for them, or like shoot you with one to like protect them.
Same. I get that.
So I feel like it just changed something in me of like, oh, I could do this and be good at it. And I've just, since having them in the mix, I'm like, I would love to have such a huge family, because me and my sister are so close, and we never had other like blood siblings. Like I've had step siblings over the years, but I'd love to, I just like the idea of legacy and like what you leave behind in this life, and the idea of like building a big family. And maybe that's through adoption. Like we're in our 30s now. I don't know what's going to happen. Like maybe that's through adoption or fostering or what have you. I don't know. But I like the idea of like, I have a heart that is clearly set up to pour love into little people. So it's going to happen probably one way or the other. I mean, in my singleness, I was like looking into like fostering.
I remember this.
Yeah. So yeah, who knows what the future holds. Like, and I think you have to leave space for, this is how I feel today. I don't know how I'll feel next year.
It is. Well, it's funny that I could potentially change, of course. But it is also an interesting side to that conversation where I often will say, I don't see us having kids. It's not part of our future plan. And oftentimes it's met with, well, you might change your mind, or you don't know, or it's the best thing that could ever happen. Why couldn't you do that? And it's interesting that it's not just met with, that's great. I hope you do whatever makes you happy. You know what I mean? It's never that conversation. And I often get angry with people because I could change my mind. Of course, absolutely. Everybody could. Just like parents, like you're saying, could just decide after they have kids, yeah, why did we have kids again? That could happen. Your life changes as things develop and situations happen, and maybe you learn things and you realize more things are important than others. Obviously, all of that is possible, but it is an interesting dynamic that I've recently come into to see as I've really started to make that decision of I I see the importance of my life in working with communities and charities and animals. And I have a lot of love for a lot of things. And I also have a really deep desire to see the entire world. That's really been pulling on me. It's just actually getting out and seeing the world and not saying I'm going to go see the world, and seeing what that looks like and what that takes me to. And none of the time when I think about all of those things are kids ever part of the conversation. And I think that's an important thing to recognize and honor that from myself.
A lot of women are deciding not to have children. You know, I've had to wrestle with the reality that I might not get to. You know, it's just everyone's circumstance is different. And to ever look at someone and say, well, you should think exactly how I think is typically not going to go very well.
In any circumstance.
And kids are a big deal. You shouldn't bring kids into the world if you don't know that you want them and can care for them. Like, you shouldn't mindlessly make those sorts of decisions, I don't think. So being raised by a couple people who got knocked up, it's a little crazy. So if you're going to make that choice, be sure about it.
I'm trying to be serious with you, but you went to like a Jim Carrey impression there. I'm not exactly sure.
I always go to humor. I'm like, that childhood trauma over there. Ha ha.
It's just sitting there in a little box, and one day I'll take care of it. I get it. And yeah, it's definitely that. That's been something that's just been a big topic of conversation, because like you said, my niece, and I absolutely adore her, and getting all the videos of her and seeing her grow up and giggle and smile and wave at me all the time is like, my heart melts. But my heart doesn't go, oh, I want one. My heart's like, you're so cute, I can hand you back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think being an aunt you'll have days for sure where my youngest nephew, Dawson, is just night and day different from how Cooper was. Cooper was like an easier baby, and Dawson came into the world, and I love him to death, but easy is not a word that I would use to describe him at any point in his 2 years of life so far. And so, yeah, I mean, Morgan, if you don't want to have kids, make your life what you want it. You can't be making huge decisions based off what other people think. And I think if anyone really sat down and thought about it deeply, they would come to that same conclusion of like, not every life is supposed to be a cookie cutter cut out of, like, you know, we're all kinds of kinds to make the world go round.
Yeah, we're part of the village, and you have to have different villagers. Not all the villagers can be a mom. Not all the villagers can be a dad. People have to do other things.
And maybe one day if I have 8 children, you can come over and babysit for a couple hours and get it out of your system.
I will do that. That would make me so happy, and then I would happily leave, and it would be great. That's where I sit right now. But it's such a huge conversation, especially for women in their 30s, to be talking about kids and not having kids. And I see it all over the internet. It's all over. The topic of conversation is why all women should have kids, and why it's crazy that people aren't. And that's crazy to me that we're even thinking that.
I've even had people ask me of like, are you going to freeze your eggs? You're 33 now. Are you going to freeze your eggs? And I'm like, no. First off, that's incredibly expensive. Like, just to think that people are sitting on freeze your eggs money.
Really?
You know?
Next time somebody asks you, you need to be like, you going to give me money for that?
Yeah.
You want to put it in the tip jar?
Also, here, let me move this mic a little because I'm about to preach. You have to do so, like, there's so many hormones that you pump yourself with. It's not like just a frivolous, easy process. And so I don't really live a life conducive to being an emotional wreck because I'm incredibly hormonal. Yeah. So just stop telling women what to do. How about that?
Yeah. In general, about anything. Just let us live our lives.
Let us live.
You know? And it's so funny. That's just been like one of those where I wanted to talk to you about it, because my favorite thing about us is we might share the same name, but that's about all we share.
We are not very, very similar. Even when you send me topics for a show, I'm like, okay, all right, Mark.
We're going to talk about this, and I hate it. It's my favorite, though, because this is real life. Mm-hmm. This is two people who genuinely would live their lives completely different. And we're best friends, and we have conversations like this, and we leave, and we're still best friends.
Right. Because I don't need you to be just like me. I've already got a twin. I don't need a third.
You're like, I'm good in that. your friends give you, it's so funny. My when I look at all my friends, especially I look at the bachelorette party and I think about bringing everybody back together, and it's all these different walks of life, and it's crazy just how different everybody is that I have curated together in my close friends, because I love having different opinions, different views. I love seeing the world differently, and I don't want it to all look the same. If all of you guys looked the exact same, if all of you had the exact same versions of life and that we all had the same opinions, that would be pretty fucking boring.
Yeah, I agree. I'm excited. I actually don't know a lot of the girls that are going, so I'm excited to meet. I assume it's like your college friends, your high school friends, even maybe.
Yep.
Like
I have childhood friends. I got college friends. I got Nashville friends and different groups of Nashville friends. And they're all going to blend together. And then, of course, my sisters, his sisters, and moms. It's going to be great. It's just
Is it going to be wild?
Yeah, I think so.
What's the craziest thing we're going to do? Because if you don't know this about me, I'm not like a huge drinker or partier. And I was talking to someone recently about this trip, and I was like, I think it might be kind of crazy. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Well, crazy in the sense of it's on a lake, and that's as crazy as we're not going to clubs. We're going to be going to dive bars on lakes, and we're going to be on a party barge at one point. So,
all right, I think I can rally and do those things.
I think it's your perfect kind of crazy.
Okay,
Crazy
good.
enough that you're not going to be in any situation you wouldn't want to be in, but not like
We're not
tame.
hitting a strip club.
Oh gosh, no, that is not my desire.
Okay.
It was so funny. Braden looked at me before his bachelor trip and he was like, just so you know, we don't need to have the strip club conversation. I was like, I mean, I wasn't going to, but whatever makes you happy. He's like, no, I don't want to be in one of those. They make me very uncomfortable. And I was like, okay, cool. Good to know.
He went on his trip, didn't he?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they
I'm
had
glad
so
that he
much
brought
fun.
that up. Do you know where he went?
Yeah, they went down to Florida. They were on the beach at Panama City Beach. And then they also went to Crab Island. They were doing a boat day out there.
Nice.
And golfing. He had everything. He got to play football in the water, and he got to do a beer pong tournament. That's what he loves to do, is
Any
play
man's
sports.
dream. Golf and a beer pong tournament. What more can you ask for?
And that was all he wanted. So
Perfect.
he had a great time. But it was a funny thing that he just was so... He's like, I have zero desire. You don't have to argue with me about it. Like, I don't even want that. So if you needed to fight with me about it, it's not even there.
Just know. Yeah.
Which
And I
was
assume he has
great.
good friends who would like honor that and not have anything happen that he's not comfortable with.
Oh, and they did. There was at one point where they're like, we should go. And he's like, I'm out. You can go. I'm out. And they didn't. It was his choice, his bachelor party. But he told me, he was like, some of them really wanted to go, but I was not going.
I wouldn't be with that. If my future husband was like, hey, by the way, we're going to go hit the strip club, I'd be like, I'm questioning some things.
It's interesting because I'm not insecure. And at the end of the day, it's not one of those things I'm going to die on a hill over. But I think most bachelor parties do it because it's become the idea of what a bachelor party is supposed to be. But really, a bachelor party is just supposed to be much like we're doing on the lake. We're getting all of our friends together and we're having a good time, and we're going to have some drinks and we're going to laugh, and it's going to be all of us together. That's what it is. It's a gathering.
I think because something is the quote unquote societal norm is never a good enough reason to do something.
Exactly. But that's what I think it is.
Yeah.
You know
I just
what I
go
mean?
like we're entering into a lifetime commitment on this note. I don't want to do that now.
I agree. I'm not a fan, and we would have had to have a longer conversation if
it was
that was the thing. And I'm very thankful that that's not even in his realm. But I do think that's why bachelor parties have turned into that. It's because it's become this society thing, and if you don't do it, then you have a crappy bachelor party, which is a weird idea. But I do think that's why. Guys have societal norms just like we do. They just look a lot different.
Yeah. Don't get me started, Morgan.
On which one exactly?
I don't know, all of the above.
Well, speaking of guys and somebody that you were talking to,
Oh my gosh.
do you want to share some really exciting news happening in your life?
Not really.
You don't have to.
I'm more of a private gal, but I'm newly dating someone. I'll say that. And he's 6'2", and he's very cute, and he's very sweet, and it's very early, but
That smile.
There's my update.
She just started glowing a little bit. Just walking on water, butterflies are around her.
Anyway, so off campus.
We will talk about that, but I'm going to ask questions without you having to give too much, okay?
Okay.
This is where we're going to go. What is your favorite thing so far that you've learned about him?
We share a mutual faith, and that makes up a lot of our conversations. And he's just like very spiritually mature, and it's real. It's not like I'm a Christian. He's like actually walking it out. And that's really exciting for me. He's, I don't know.
You don't have to go too far.
Okay.
We can do surface level here.
All right, next question.
What do you feel like when you're with him?
I feel calm, and I feel just excited and curious.
I just got goosey bumps. You know why? Do you want to know why?
Why?
The first thing that I said of how Braden made me feel was calm.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I said he makes me feel calm. He's consistent. I feel safe.
Mm-hmm. I don't feel anxious about him. Even if it doesn't work out, I don't feel anxious.
And that's a huge deal. Mm-hmm. I don't want to make you say too much, so I'm not walking down to her. When you stop, I stop. I'm just going to.
All right.
And that is all I'll ask for now.
Okay.
That's where we leave it. Now, speaking of off campus, that's what we were going to get into, which
Morgan gave me the homework to go watch it.
I did. You know why? Because I loved it. I give it 5 out of 5. I'm a teen drama girl, and Off Campus might be my all-time favorite teen drama of all time.
Wow.
Which is what's really ironic of when I found out.
Terrible taste. No, I'm just kidding.
Morgan's.
I did not finish it. So it's funny, before you gave me the homework, I'd watched like 2 episodes. I was like, I don't think this is for me. And then you texted me. It's like, let's do an episode. And I was like, okay, well. So I tried to finish it, but I had the nephews here. And so I didn't get through the last episode. Did watch a good chunk. It's very light, and even the harder subject matter that they include in it, like they talk about sexual assault and those things, I still feel like it doesn't get so deep and dramatic. Maybe you feel differently.
Hey, you give your full review.
But I live for a drama. I live for a really good character arc and character development. I feel like this is a lighter show. It's fluffy to a degree and a little unrealistic.
It's fluffy? What is happening?
So.
No, what is happening?
So.
Okay. If you're looking in the teen drama category, and I have likely watched every teen drama that exists, movies, TV shows, it is my favorite category. That comes from me being a rom-com girl for most of my life.
I do like a good rom-com.
And old school rom-coms I love, but I really felt like Off Campus embodied not just the new version of teen dramas, but also old school rom-coms, which is why I loved it so much. There was a lot of nods to a lot of my favorites, like 10 Things I Hate About You, and these big romantic scenes and gestures that also happened in line with A Cinderella Story. And there was just these really subtle nods that I loved. Whether that is the book version, I don't know. I didn't read the books, but the TV show really just took things that we used to love and the nostalgia of a lot of those shows and brought it all into there. Why I really liked it. 2, because most teen dramas don't even go in that direction of talking about the sexual assault and the abuse and watching a kid stand up to his father in a situation that never happens. When do we ever see a guy finally face something that's happening in his life in that capacity, especially at that age? So for all of those reasons, I loved it, but it also, to me, never had the cattiness that typically also comes with girl dramas
between women.
Yeah. They all supported each other. It
definitely didn't have that. I will give you that.
It felt more real life in the sense that, okay, I could see it was obviously still dramatized, because if it wasn't, it wouldn't be a TV show. Mm-hmm. But I could see more of that transpiring in real life and connecting with real life than any teen drama really that I've watched. It really embodied what life looks like for a girl at that age, going through the things that she went through, what they're all going through, and how that might play out in the movie sense, if you will. But that's why I loved it.
It was cute. And I think
It was cute.
I think Wellesley was probably the most realistic character. And I do like that it touched on SA and that subject matter, which we don't often see like portrayed in the way that it was in this show.
Well, and to have the guys then also, not just her, have to see how she struggled with it and see what that looked like, but then to also have the guys having a separate conversation to make sure she was comfortable felt like an important thing for not just women to be watching, but for men to be watching.
Yes, but fully realistic? No. And again, it's a TV show, but I think the thing that I just kept coming back to is like, okay, there's a lot of like hookup culture here. There's a lot of like, I hate when hookup culture is portrayed in a way that I don't think is like very literal, like where we're sleeping around, but no one's catching an STD or like, you know, things like that. Or
dang, you really wanted to go deep. Morgan's like, give me every piece of
if
drama.
If we're going to portray, you know, that part of life, let's make it a little bit more realistic. I think Hannah's friend, whose name is slipping me right now, she wore the J-Lo dress.
Oh,
She's
yes.
the actress.
I'm going to say her real actor name instead of her character name.
She, I can't think of it.
I thought you just turned off.
I did kind of, because it also dawned on me, is this a spoiler-free podcast?
Well, it can be if you say it. You just have to say it.
Okay. Well, I feel like she kind of played into the hookup culture bit a lot, and I didn't finish it, but I just think the idea that you're going to hook up with a guy in college and it's going to be the most incredible sexual experience ever, and he's going to be very worried about making you orgasm and like also have a heart of gold and be on the hockey team. Probably not happening very much.
Hey, a girl can dream, okay?
Never say never, but I just, you know, it's not very realistic. So I do think it's realistic that you might be in a long-term relationship like she was and not feeling supported by your partner and want to break up. You know, I think parts of it were real to me and others a little, you know, not. But.
I would say for sure, too, it depends on your college experience, because the things that I witnessed in college, there are definitely pieces that it touched on, and it showed a lot of that where there's definitely a culture if you want it to be your culture. But that's not for everybody, and that doesn't mean that everybody has that experience. But there is definitely that culture that exists. And I've witnessed it on different fronts.
What part of the culture do you mean?
The sexualized culture, the everybody having sex and a lot of things happen. Now, obviously.
Well, I think that is definitely very real, but I think that it's great sex and that the guy wants you to orgasm and that no one's catching syphilis is like the parts we're leaving out.
Dang, you just, why'd syphilis have to get the hard cut there?
I don't know. It was the first one that came to mind.
That is true. Those things would have further added depth to that, I think, if you really would have. But in general, I feel like it touched on a lot of things in hopes that people start having more conversations. TV shows and movies, their whole purpose is to create more conversations, right? And I think this one, if there are teens watching it, I hope it creates some conversation around that, around those topics.
See, in my mind, though,
parents.
I'm like, if teens are watching this, I hope it doesn't make them think like, oh, going out and hooking up is going to look like this, because I just don't think like
That's fair.
is like as realistic as it is in real life. Like most girls, I was not sleeping around in college, let's be real, but like girls that I know that were like, they were getting hurt and they were, you know, I'm not here to tell anyone how to live their lives. I'm just saying, you know, I just didn't think it was very realistic portrayal of that piece of things. But, yeah, what else?
I think we're learning that Morgan really wants to watch.
Is a prude and a grandma.
Also, no, I never got that part. But you would rather watch A Handmaid's Tale, and I would rather watch Off Campus, and that's just who we are. Again, where we separate.
Right. I was just talking to you off mic about The Testaments, which is based on teenagers, but it's like a dark drama, and there's a lot of, you know, plot and things going on that you have to pay really close attention to. And the show Off Campus, I feel like you could have missed an episode and still picked right back up, you know?
Dang, did you? Why did you gotta take shots like that?
I'm sorry. I loved it. 5 out of 5 hockey pucks.
But it will, I will say, for people like me, like where that is too dark, what you're talking about. I don't know that Testaments is. I didn't look into that one, which I will. Handmaid's Tale was very dark for me and I could not watch it. I just couldn't go there. I think Off Campus can give you directions into that and allow the depth to happen in your real life.
Okay.
That's where I would think it would differ instead of it being something that you're watching on screen. Like, I couldn't watch Euphoria. Euphoria was one that a lot of people got into, and I know it has a lot of depth from what I've heard, and it goes on a lot of different particular topics for teens. And I just, everything I heard about it, everything that people talked about it, I just was like, that is not a show that I would like to watch.
I did not watch Euphoria. Maybe the first season when it first came out so long ago, but I feel like they sat on that last season so long. Yeah, not probably my cup of tea, but.
Yeah, but maybe because you like darker things, and I think that one is pretty dark.
Yeah, but also like Sydney Sweeney's chest is just out in every scene of the last season.
To my understanding,
on TikTok.
I was gonna say, for somebody who's never watched it, I know she was an OnlyFans creator. So
yeah, I don't, you know.
There was that too. But yeah, I would recommend it for people if you do like. I was a huge fan of One Tree Hill, Friday Night Lights. Did you like those shows?
I did not watch those shows.
Okay, yeah. See, we're.
I liked Pretty Little Liars when I was in high school.
Okay, but see, Pretty Little Liars teeners all like really dark instead of just being a teen drama.
I love a murder mystery. What can I say?
I remembered watching Pretty Little Liars when I was in high school, and I was sitting there, and I would be afraid to be in my house sometimes because of that show. Terrified.
Pretty Little Liars?
There was murder. And they were all their friends. And then there was just some secret person. And then they never knew who it was. And they found out who it was. And it was like, how could that be that person? Yeah, I was traumatized. Oh my God.
Toughen up, Morgan. No, I just remember thinking like Mr. Fitz was so cute. And I'm like, oh, he is fine. And then you watch it back as an adult and you're like, oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. You want to speak of watching something back as an adult. Did you ever watch Secret Life Teenager where she was pregnant?
I did.
You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. It was the Shailene Woodley was the lead actress. I've watched some of
I've not watched any of those back, but
scenes back on TikTok. Oh my gosh, Morgan.
So bad.
It's so bad. I don't know how I watched the entire thing. I have no idea.
I remember her being a bad actress in it.
Which is funny because she's such
and now
a good
she's great.
actress.
But I mean, she was a child at the time.
Yeah, and a child that was pregnant, and it was. I can't. I don't know how. And I thought it was a good show.
I remember being on edge of my seat for the next episode. Yeah. Couldn't tell you what all happened in it at this point, but
it was a good one. But that one also was weird to watch back. But ABC Family just was my favorite thing. It's such a bummer it's not there anymore. It is. It's freeform, but it's just not the same. ABC Family was where it was at.
Speaking of watching things back, do you ever watch things back like Twilight and realize now that I'm not Team Edward, I'm Team Bella's dad?
Yes.
You're like, oh, the fine character shifts over time. Like even in Off Campus, the guy who plays the hockey player's dad, he was in Shameless. What's his name?
Yes, I know who you're talking about. And none of the cats popped up for me on my stupid Google search.
We were so ill prepared.
Well, it literally says cast and there's 2 characters right there. I'm like, there's more than 2 characters in this show. And I know who he was because he was also in rom-coms in a specific one. Off Campus. Why?
Steve Howie.
Why?
Steve Howie. He was fine.
How did you get the full cast?
I just Googled Shameless.
Okay, that's why. Because this isn't working.
I'm watching that show going, I know we're supposed to be attracted to these little college hockey players, but can we get more Steve Howie on the screen? And he had to be the bad guy, so.
He was a good bad guy. I hated him.
Yeah.
You're such a hater of Off Campus. You're such a hater.
Well, I mean, somebody has to be.
It's true. I loved it. Listen, whoever the creators are of that show, give me more. I'll take 10 more.
I give it 2 out of 5 hockey pucks.
That is a travesty.
2.5.
I give it 5 out of 5 great stories.
Okay.
And I'd give, what was the other one you told me to watch?
The Testaments?
I give that 0 out of 5 because I don't anticipate watching it.
I don't think The Testaments would be for you, Morgan.
Listen, when I put something on, I like to be either transported to a completely different planet or just get lost in something that's kind of real life, but not really.
I like to be a little stressed on the edge of my seat.
That is so wild.
And trying to figure out in my mind what's going to happen next. I want to be that invested that I'm trying to figure out the plot before it happens.
But that's so wild to me because you hate worst case scenario things. So why would you watch something that adds stress to your life? I'm trying to take away stress from my life. I'm not saying it makes
sense. I'm saying it's what I like. You're a 30-plus-year-old watching college rom-coms. What makes sense about that?
Yes, I am. And I don't think that's going to change. Even if I'm well into my 40s or 50s, I will probably be exactly who I am.
Oh, man.
It makes me... Hey, I did just binge Star Trek, okay? Is that better?
I've never seen that either, but... Star Trek is like the original?
No, I didn't watch the originals. Old stuff is hard for me to watch because I really like all the new graphics and the way the things look now. It's just hard to anything old. Like for some people it's nostalgia because they already watched it. But if you didn't watch it and you try and watch it now, it's just really rough.
We couldn't be more different. I've never watched Star Wars. I've never watched Star Trek, even the new stuff. Like I'm not really into the spacey, galaxy type of stuff.
It's the best.
I mean, truly couldn't be more different, Morgan. But that's okay.
All we share is the same name.
And that's about it.
This is one thing I wanted to talk about. So I screenshotted this. Olivia Rodrigo. You familiar with her? Mm-hmm. You're like, yes, Morgan.
To a degree.
So she talked on a podcast about Why can I not find anything in my phone? I feel like I'm an idiot right now.
Good luck editing this.
I'm leaving everything in. It's just all going to stay for the fun facts. Why? Morgan, talk about how different we are again.
So when I first met Morgan at the radio station, it was actually because she hit my car in the parking garage.
Why are we bringing that
and
up?
Didn't even know. I'm trying to just give you some time here.
It's not fair. I had very good reasoning for my thing. I didn't want anybody to hate me.
And she didn't leave a note.
Because I didn't want anybody to hate me. And so I was trying to figure out the whole week who owned the car so I could just go up to them individually.
Meanwhile, we talked so much crap about you on air, not knowing it was you. And then you came forward and then we met.
And then we became friends. And I thought Morgan hated me for a solid 6 months.
I probably did. I'm just kidding. I definitely didn't. Hillary thought the same thing. I'm just not as warm and fuzzy. Okay, did she find it?
Yes. Okay. Which also makes sense why you like dark dramas. So it's all full circle. Olivia Rodrigo said that she had smelled her fans who wear diapers for front row spots at her concert. So fans will wear diapers because they need to stay in the front. And obviously if you leave, it's hard to get back. Everybody's been to a concert. And so instead of going to the restroom or going to get anything, they'll wear a diaper and they'll just pee. And she can smell it.
What are you looking for from me here?
Would you...
Would I wear a diaper for anyone?
For any artist, would you wear a diaper to be front row?
I wouldn't wear a diaper for my sister, who I love more than life itself. No. You need to get a little help if you think you need to stand in a diaper to watch anyone do anything. I don't think that that's mentally well.
How if she's smelling it? How are they not smelling it? How are they not like, this is not a good idea?
Or do they not smelling it, but they have convinced themselves that whatever is happening on the stage is worth the experience of standing in a human like porta potty condition. That's silliness.
You know, it is weird to me that people will wait forever to be in the front row spot, and then in order to keep that front row spot, they can't drink, pee, eat, or do anything. So is there anybody that you would not drink, eat, or pee for to stand in the front row?
No. Is there anyone that you would?
I think there's only two people that come to mind where I would consider it.
Who?
I wouldn't do it because I don't want to wear a diaper. That feels weird. But I would consider it for Bruno Mars.
Okay. I've been to a Bruno Mars show. Have you?
Yes. And I didn't get to go again when he was in Nashville, and I don't want to talk about it. It was a very sad night of my life. And I stayed off of social media because everybody was posting about it, and I just wanted to be there. But I really didn't want to buy $1,000 tickets. I didn't have it.
I was going to say, what were you doing instead?
I was at home.
Oh,
I just didn't want to buy. Each ticket was $1,000, and I didn't want to go by myself.
Probably not.
I know. And I'd already seen him, so I was like, was it really different? Anyways, Bruno Mars or Celine Dion.
Celine Dion. I would not wear a diaper for, but I do think I would go a little hungry to get towards the front of that one.
Just a little hungry? But like if you get hangry, would you leave?
Probably. We have worked in a career path where we come into contact with celebrities probably more often than the regular person. They're just people. You know what I mean? Like,
that's true.
I can enjoy the concert from, not the very front row and still have a good experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true.
I think what you're giving up to be in the very front would, to me, negate some of the joy of the experience that I could have in the 100 section of Bridgestone versus, the very front.
That's very
personally
true. And like on the really respectable, understandable side of you, I understand. Mm-hmm. But those are the two people I would consider it for. If somebody handed me front row tickets and said, you cannot leave the spot and you have to stand here, but you get these for free, I'd do it.
I had darn near front row tickets to Taylor Swift's Red Tour at Bridgestone one year. I won them through the radio station.
Did you wear a diaper?
I did not wear a diaper because, like, it wasn't standing room only. It was a seat,
That helps.
That definitely helps. Mm-hmm. But that was a very cool experience. I still feel like I wouldn't have worn a diaper for it. Even for Taylor Swift. Like,
I am. On the real, you're never catching me wearing a diaper. I also really love food, so if I'm hungry, I'm going, and me being hangry is not anything anybody wants. I think the artist would hear me being hangry, so I couldn't.
I've become a different person. It's not good for anyone when I haven't been fed.
Oh, I haven't told you about my spiral that I had.
What?
So I was really hangry the other night.
Okay.
He's not well, and I've had a lot of bad experience with restaurants lately. I'm a vegetarian.
And you've been cutting a lot out, too.
Yeah, which also just makes my life a lot harder. Being completely vegan and gluten-free, it's all tough. So sometimes when I eat out, I'll just retort to just being a vegetarian because that makes my life a little bit easier. Mm-hmm. But lately it hasn't been. And life has been so crazy that I've been ordering out more, which has not been my favorite option, but you do what you got to do to survive. And so I'd been ordering out in 4 different places. Had messed up my order, and by the time I'd gotten home, I couldn't do anything about it. And there was 2 of them that I did figure out, but I had to sit and wait, and it was a whole ordeal, and I was already not happy. So by the 5th one, I had had enough.
Oh God.
And thankfully, it all happened in the comfort of my own home, so I didn't end up on the internet. But
okay, good. Whew.
I had gotten a sandwich from somewhere. I won't name names because I am not that person. But I had ordered a cheese sandwich. Okay, not a grilled cheese, but a cheese sandwich with some vegetables on it and some mustard and mayo. And I brought it home. And I didn't check it because I wasn't thinking clearly because I was hungry. And when we got home, the sandwich had no cheese. It had lettuce and onions and mushrooms and everything that I did not ask for.
Oh no, Morgan.
And when I opened up that sandwich, Morgan, that sandwich went everywhere. I was just throwing it. I was so mad. I was like, are you like digging, thinking.
Was Braden there?
Yes, he was with
What
me.
was his reaction?
He was very calm and very quiet, and he just let me have my meltdown because he knew it needed to happen. I was so angry because every single time that somebody had messed up my order had led to that moment. And I was like, how do you forget cheese on a sandwich?
Cheese sandwich. Yeah.
How does that happen?
Was there any cheese in the fridge?
No, because I'm vegan at home.
Oh gosh.
There's nothing I could have done. And then I just so the sandwich went everywhere in the kitchen. Every piece of that sandwich was all over the kitchen. And then I quietly picked it all back up and I threw it in the trash. And I sat on the couch and I had some tears running down my face. And then I just grabbed my keys and I left. And Braden was like, I'll go with, I was like, just stay there.
Sometimes you just need a minute on your own,
And I did. And I went to Sonic, trusty Sonic, and they got me a grilled cheese because that's all I freaking wanted was bread and cheese. And I ate my grilled cheese.
This is so funny because I was just talking to someone about how I cry maybe once a month. I don't know if you cry more or less than that, but it's typically about once a month for me. And it's always about something stupid, but it's like the 10th thing that's happened in a row where I've finally just I can't take anymore, and I'll cry because someone forgot the sauce, for my chicken tenders or something. But really, it was that X, Y, and Z happened before, and then that was just last straw. Also, car stuff makes me cry. Like if I get like a nail in my tire, and I know I'm gonna have to deal with big girl problems like going to get a tire changed. That's usually the thing that seals the deal for me on a hard week, and I'll cry. But
honestly, nothing is worse than car problems. Anything to do with a car, like I know we need them. But I think about often moving somewhere where I don't need a car, so I don't have to deal with it anymore.
There are worse things than car problems.
There are.
But it is a big headache. I'm not going to lie. And as a girl, I feel like whenever you take your car in somewhere, they're always trying to upsell you on other things. And I'm like, can we just talk to my dad, please? I just don't even want to talk to you right now because I'm going to cry.
Isn't that crazy, though, that when a man talks to him, it's a different experience than when a woman pisses me off?
When I go car shopping, I always take my dad.
You should, because he probably gets a better deal for the sake of the fact that he is an older gentleman and you are a young lady.
He absolutely does. And I'm not saying that I couldn't do it on my own. I just know that I don't ask my dad for much. So when it comes that time every 10 years where I buy a new vehicle, I'm like, Dad, load it up. We're going together.
Well, I'm really glad you cry once a month. Not because I want you to cry once a month, but you make me feel better about the meltdown that I had because it was really bad.
Sometimes you just have to release emotion.
It really was that. And it was not at anybody else besides the fact that this stupid sandwich and that sandwich just went all over the kitchen.
I'm just trying to picture you like throwing like lettuce and throwing tomato, and like I'm envisioning like Braden getting hit with a piece of bread in the cheek. Like
he was thankfully just a spectator to this whole thing. But I was just like, I would pull one thing off and I was like, didn't ask for that. Didn't ask for that. Oh, there's no cheese. Like I was just having a whole situation with the sandwich. The sandwich took the brunt of my entire feelings.
Oh, to be a fly on the wall.
It was really, and after my Sonic adventure, I came back home and I was just like, I'm really sorry. I was really hungry and I didn't realize it. And obviously you've seen what that's been like for me lately. And he was just like, you're okay. And I love you. And I now know that I will always check if you forget what. And now it's become a thing where before we leave anywhere, we're checking the food because we have to.
That's precious. He's like, hey, let me check the bag just to make sure we're not cleaning up the kitchen later.
Yep. And he knows now because hangry Morgan, I've never been so hangry in my life. Hangry and actually angry. Normally I'm just hangry, really hungry. Mm-hmm. That was a hangry, angry.
Yeah. It goes quick for me. It goes quick. Like when I sense I'm getting hungry, I usually throw an alarm bell out and I'm like, hey, this is happening. And if we don't solve it pretty quick, different human. It's not my best self, but I try and keep myself fed and I snack well throughout the day.
It's really funny that Snickers nailed us. Mm-hmm. I never really thought about that, but they really nailed what it looks like when you're angry.
And it's crazy that after getting just like a couple bites down the esophagus, fine again.
It's like you leave your body and whoever you were,
it's like whoever that was, she's gone.
What?
For now.
You're making me feel a lot better because it was a really intense situation.
No, I think that's a universal experience. Everyone, have you lived if you haven't thrown a sandwich across the kitchen? I don't think you have.
True. That's true. Thank you for making me feel better about that.
That's what I'm here for.
It's been weighing on my heart.
I really like gave you a hard time about off campus. So I'm trying to bring it back up.
So what you're saying is you're lying to me and people don't have the same experience? Okay. Anything else that's on your heart before we get out of here?
I don't think so. Female friendships, aren't they wonderful? I'm going to see. This episode is all over the place.
That's part.
Anyway, I'm going to see a friend today that I haven't seen in a while. My friend Katie, she got married. We were roommates forever. And I feel like when friends get married, things just change and you don't see them as much. And so I'm excited about that. That's on my heart. We're going to go eat. So hopefully no one's throwing food.
We need to get you out of here because we're about hangry o'clock for both of us. We're getting there. Well, thanks for joining me.
Of course.
Having girl talk with Morgan and Morgan. I love when we do these episodes.
I do too. Let me pick some topics next time and I'm going to give you homework of something to watch.
Ma'am, you could have talked about anything that you wanted to talk about. You know that. And second of all, no, because whatever you're going to watch is going to make me freaking sad.
Hey,
I don't want to be sad. I'm already sad. I don't need help to not be sad. I need help to be happy.
Morgan, you have so much to be happy about, though.
I do, but like it's real life. You know
My
what I
hand's
mean?
sweaty. I'm sorry.
It is really clammy. Okay. Real life is hard, and real life can be a downer.
Yeah.
So when I watch things, I want it to be an upper.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to get off your chest?
No, that was it.
Okay.
But I'm not. There's amazing, beautiful things that are happening in my life. I'm so excited to get married. I love my fiance. Everything is great.
He's a sweet man.
And I need to meet Morgan's new man.
Whoa. One thing at a time.
I need to. That's a true statement.
Eventually.
Double date.
Okay.
Braden needs to meet him too.
Okay.
So
I would be down for that.
So
We did double date. Sorry, we're getting too in the weeds.
Roll back. Anyways, that's why you don't get to make homework assignments unless it's an upper. If it's an upper,
I'll find
I will
an
watch
upper.
it. If it's still in depth, but it's an upper, I will watch it.
Noted.
That's
I will
just
not
fine.
make you watch anything sad.
I like it to be my escape, not a prison.
Okay, fair. Fair. Not everyone likes to suffer like me. I got it.
Okay, thanks Morgan for coming on.
All right, talk later. Bye.
Bye. We were absolutely unhinged in this episode. I take ownership of that, and for good reason. I had a good time. I hope you guys did listening to it. And if you enjoyed this version of an episode, which normally when I have guests on the show, the last thing I ask them is to share something that's heavy on their heart. So Morgan and I took that concept and just did an entire episode on things that were heavy on our heart. So if you like this edition as a little reprieve from all the intense conversations we have on this podcast, let me know so we can do some more of those for you. Or if you want to hear certain topics or you want to hear certain guests, I'm always open to all of that because this podcast is for you. I'm just the vessel of which is sharing information, and I love that about this podcast. So if you want to subscribe, you can watch on YouTube at WebGirlMorgan. You can watch on Instagram at Take This Personally, or you can subscribe anywhere you listen to podcasts, and it's there. We are everywhere. Okay, just go listen to one of them. That would be great. Otherwise, thanks for being here. I'm so happy that you joined us, and I will yap with you guys next time. Bye.